Hey guys, it's Rich with the Monday Spot and the Pagan Perspective. I've tried this intro like 5 times. I'm getting interrupted by the clock ringing and just, tongue-tying myself. So this week we're talking about pagans in the military. Hello, I'm currently in the process of enlisting in the U.S. Army, and I've heard a lot of conflicting views about paganism and the military. Things like not being able to believe in a life-affirming path and be a soldier, and that you should never let it be known that you're pagan, or that it doesn't matter, and various other views that have left me frankly confused. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter, most especially, and this is where I'm going to start breaking it up. And by the way, this comes from Purple Pagan 17, if I didn't mention it. Do you think that pagan beliefs necessarily conflict with the purpose of the military? Why or why not? I do not think that it conflicts with the purpose of the military, because the purpose of the military is to defend your rights, to believe in what you want to believe, and to, hold those freedoms, that you hold so dearly, to be able to hold those on a day-to-day life. Even though you might sacrifice your life or, parts of your life, like being away for long periods of time, so, so on and so forth, you may give up those things so that other people can have a life that is, that has more freedoms than your own. So it's a way of sacrificing yourself for everybody else, and I don't see anything conflicting with that. In fact, if you want to go to the extent of, well, you kill people in the military, this and that, okay, even the Wiccan Reed states that in it harm none, do as I will. Yes, I agree. We should not be going out and hurting people outright just to hurt people. But there's also a fine line that you have to see whenever you're looking at things like this, is that, if you continue to not do anything, then they're eventually going to kill you. So basically you're, taking the head off the dragon before it eats you. That type of thing. So there's that, the first question there. Second question is, what are your views on people that are pagan and soldiers? I haven't met too many of them. I've met a few, and they're people. I mean, to me, it's, if you want to bring your faith to work, that's fine, that's great, so be it. I don't necessarily take my faith and express it as much in the workplace, because, there's two huge ways to start an argument: talk religion and talk politics with people. Sometimes you get bored and you start philosophizing with people, and that's whenever I, go off a little bit and explain some of the stuff that I believe, that type of thing. But it's not something that I express day to day or in a large setting. And let's see, let's go on here. So that's my view on people. They're still people. I'm going to treat them the same whether they believe in Jehovah or in Krishna or Buddha. It doesn't matter to me. You're still people. We still have to work together, and either one of us may lay down our life for one another, and that's something that we all agree to whenever we sign up. Do you think that pagan soldiers are treated differently than they would otherwise be, either by the military personnel or civilians? Okay. This one's a tough one, because even though they're, you shouldn't be treated differently, people act differently around different people for different reasons. You may have somebody that's a homosexual in your unit, and everybody will talk behind their backs. You may have somebody that's pagan in your unit, and people might talk behind their backs. I once told people in my own shop, I said, yeah, I know that I have a ghost in the house. We have an understanding that he doesn't bother me, I don't bother him. If he doesn't bother me, I'm not going to exorcise him out of the house. That's just the way it is. If you're friendly here, you're welcome. So just don't be creepy. So, and I got made fun of at work for weeks and months on end, but it was okay. it really didn't bother me that much, but it was just kind of weird how some people take certain things and they just nitpick on it. So, are you treated any differently because of one belief or another? No, because whatever belief that you have, there's going to be somebody in your shop or in your unit that may, make fun of it or exploit it in some way. And it's just something that you have to think about before you end up crossing that line and telling somebody about, a personal belief that you hold true to yourself. And this one is more aimed towards me, okay. What is it like being pagan in the military? Does it make a difference? Quite frankly, no, it doesn't make a difference to me being pagan or whenever I was solely Christian. It really doesn't, because I'm actually seeing myself now more able to connect with more people than being a judge against people, saying, oh no, you shouldn't be doing that, or no, you shouldn't be doing that. And now I'm more like, okay, you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, we're just doing our thing, separately, and we're okay with that. I'm more open-minded to stuff like that. But overall, with the military in general, it really hasn't changed anything, I don't think. And I want to touch on a few things above, in the main paragraph there. You should never let it be known that you're pagan and it doesn't matter. Okay. Now, if you're going into the military, what I would suggest is to seek out a chaplain, whether it's a Christian chaplain, a Jewish, rabbi chaplain. No matter what faith, you will always call them chaplain, or by the rank, but more times than not you're going to call them chaplain, whatever their last name is. So, one chaplain that I know, we all call him Chaplain Bob because he liked being called by his first name. Chaplain Bob, actually, whenever he was in Iraq, had a pagan come up to him and he says, Chaplain Bob, this is we're coming up on a solstice. It's a holy day for me. What can I do? I need the the chapel for to do my ritual and this and that. So can you help me out? And Chaplain Bob was he was a Protestant. I can't remember exactly what denomination, but he was a Protestant Christian chaplain. And he told him, he says, technically I cannot do your service for you, only because if I do it, I will be fired twice. He says, once from the military because I signed on as a Protestant Christian chaplain, and the second time I get fired from my religious organization because I just denied my entire faith. But what I can do for you is I can get you everything that you need, any candles, any ritual items that you need, as long as if they're allowed on the military base, inside the facilities, because there's certain rules about in certain buildings you can't have candles and this and that. But in the chapel, it's always kosher to do that. So he says, I'll get you the candles that you need, I'll get you this, I'll get you that, everything that you need. I'll get it for you, and I will supply you with all the stuff that you need, and I will supply you with the space that you need. The chapel, the annex. He says, I will give you the building. Here's the keys. You have everything that you need. I can't be here during it, but I will talk with your supervision and have them organize, to let you off that day. I will do everything that I can within my power to let you be able to exercise your religious rights. But I cannot be there. And with doing that, he saved himself as, saved his own job, but he also was able to help somebody exercise their freedom of religion. And any chaplain should be able to do this. And if they don't do this, then they are wrong. Because it is a chaplain's duty to, be the embodiment of the First Amendment, to be able to allow you the chance to to have your religious freedom. So if you're going into the military and you feel like you're having some sort of issue with your supervision about your faith, go to a chaplain about it. Maybe they can have a sit down. Maybe they're educated on Wicca or paganism in general, and they're able to talk to your shop, your unit, whatever, and maybe they'll understand, or maybe they'll be able to say, hey, here's what you can do in your day-to-day life that would maybe make it a little bit easier dealing with these people. Either way, chaplains are a great resource in the military, whether you need somebody to talk to or somebody to coordinate with in order to get a space for a ritual or otherwise. So yeah, I think that's about it. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any other questions, you can always send me a personal message. I haven't gotten to reading the comments lately. Sometimes I don't get onto YouTube to see my messages as often as I'd like, but I will eventually get back with you. And if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to ask. In the bottom bar is my my personal channel. I know I haven't been on there in a while, but hopefully soon that's going to change. And I think with that, I'm pretty much done. So until next time, may your ancestors be with you, and have a great day and a better tomorrow. Bye-bye.